I think with climbing, one of the things you learn pretty early on is that it should be you against you anyway. All you can control is yourself. I got into climbing at the tender age of 7 years old, doing a thing called traditional rock climbing, which is where you place your own gear and you have to hope that it holds if you fall off. One of the reasons that I climb and why I love it is something that comes really from my dad. He instilled this love of the outdoors in me from a really young age. He would always talk about the beauty of the mountains. He would talk about all the different birds that were flying around. Because of competition climbing, I will always be competitive in some element, and I think it's what pushes me forward today. Becoming the first British woman to climb 9A in the UK, I climbed a route called the Big Bang, which is actually in North Wales where I live. It took a lot of perseverance. It was over 2.5 years, but that probably doesn't tell the whole story of trying the route. I was falling repeatedly in the same place, and that does get pretty frustrating after a while. Failure is like where you really learn about yourself, and I think that's what keeps me going back and back again and just being willing to fail. If something's a real struggle and you're having to battle it, you kind of figure out who you are, really. And that success is all the more sweeter when it does happen. When I climbed Big Bang, it felt really surreal. It felt dreamlike because I forgot all my routines and rituals, so I forgot things that would have been important to me. So I just went climbing, basically, and I think that mindset was the big change that I needed, and I just climbed it really relaxed. Screamed a lot when I got to the top. I think the relief of having finally achieved it was pretty special. In some ways, not having female role models earlier on limited me in my climbing, but as I started the competitions, I started to develop a few more female role models. And I think it opens up that idea of something is possible, and hopefully there'll be more women that climb the grades that we have, and hopefully they'll push it even further than we have, and that's really exciting. Pieces of advice I would give to other female climbers is be kind to yourself. You're not going to perform at your best every day. At the end of the day, most people want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you fail. And so not caring what anyone else thinks is really important, because it's just you against the rock.